All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into resilience.
Mhm.
And to do that, we're looking at Tomcat, this YouTube personality, who's got this, I don't know how to describe it, raw, shockingly honest, kind of motivational style.
Yeah. I think what's really fascinating about Tomcat is the juxtaposition. He's all about this grip and rip it, never give up attitude, but his life has been anything but easy. I mean, he's experienced some incredibly tough losses, and yet he still comes out swinging.
Yeah, and that's exactly what intrigued me about looking into this a little bit deeper. We've got this video of him just speaking from the heart, no script, no filter.
Hmm.
And he drops some lines that are pretty intense. He talks about fighting tooth and nail and how he's vacationing in hell. You don't hear that from your average self-help
Oh,
guru.
right. Yeah, that's not your typical, feel-good self-help message. This
Yeah.
is gritty. It's real.
Yeah.
And it comes from this place of deep experience. He talks about, growing up rough, fighting in the gutter. And that kind of background forges a different kind of resilience, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then he casually mentions losing his wife and stepson, just kind of in passing. Not like in a woe is me way, but almost like a passing thought, which is heartbreaking on one hand, but also kind of amazing how he just doesn't let it define him.
Yeah. And I think that's a really key part of his whole approach. He acknowledges the pain,
Yeah.
the loss, but he refuses to be consumed by it. He uses it as fuel to keep going, to grip and rip it, to make the most of every day.
Yeah. He even says something like every day is Christmas,
Yeah.
which is, kind of dark humor. But I feel like there's this underlying sense of gratitude there. Like he's choosing to focus on what he has, not what he's lost.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a really powerful takeaway for anyone who's, facing challenges. We all have a choice: dwell in the negativity or find a way to shift our perspective. And, Tomcat's approach is definitely extreme, but I think it really highlights the importance of finding your own way, to cultivate gratitude
Right.
and keep moving forward.
To find your own way,
Yeah, exactly.
your own version of that.
Absolutely. And it's not even just about his personal losses. He talks about witnessing some truly horrific things. Violence assault, things that would shake most people to their core.
Right.
It's like he's seen the darkest parts of humanity firsthand.
Yeah, and he mentions it like so casually too. He's like, yeah, I've seen people shot and stabbed to death. Just drops it into the conversation. It's heavy stuff. But even then, you don't sense despair from him.
No.
It's more like he's processed that darkness
Yeah.
and come out the other side with this hard-won wisdom.
Absolutely. It's like, no. That's what I find so fascinating about him. He doesn't shy away from the ugliness of the world, but he also doesn't let it define him.
Yeah.
He even says something like, there's nothing you're going to tell me that I don't know. It's like he's taken all that pain, all that darkness, and turned it into a source of strength.
It's like he's saying, I've been to hell and back,
Yeah.
and I'm still standing. But it's not just about survival.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. There's this drive, this purpose to his message.
Totally.
He's not just trying to get by. He's trying to inspire others to rise above their challenges.
Right.
He's using his experiences,
Yeah.
as painful as they are, to offer hope and encouragement to others.
Yeah. When he talks about that grip and rip it attitude, it's clearly more than just a physical thing.
Yeah, it's a mindset.
Okay.
It's this mental toughness, this refusal to give up, even when life throws its worst at you.
He talks about how people told him he would die alone, that he'd never amount to anything.
Yeah.
And yet here he is, building a community,
Mm.
sharing his message, making a difference.
It's inspiring.
It's like he's proving all those doubters wrong with every video he posts.
And that's a powerful message in itself. It's a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity and achieve something meaningful, even when the odds are stacked against you.
It really is.
Yeah.
And he's really open about his struggles, too, even admitting that he doesn't sleep much, not because of insomnia or anything. He says his mind just won't shut off.
Yeah.
He's haunted by the things he's seen and experienced.
Yeah. I mean, that really speaks to the depth of his resilience. It's not about being unaffected by trauma. It's about finding a way to live with it, to keep functioning even when the pain is still there.
And it's amazing to me, with all that weight on his shoulders, he still manages to be so positive and encouraging to others. He even mentions feeling like he was almost like told in his heart to use his voice for good, to give people hope. It's like he's found this sense of purpose in helping others overcome their own battles.
Yeah, and that sense of purpose can be so powerful, especially when you've been through something traumatic. It can give you a reason to keep going, a reason to fight even when it feels like there's nothing left to fight for.
And that leads us to his final message in this video. He says, if you wake up in the morning, you got time to fight.
Wow.
Such a simple statement, but it really hits home. It's like a reminder that every new day is a chance to make a difference, to overcome our challenges, to grip and rip it, as he says, and keep moving forward.
Yeah, it's a powerful reminder that resilience isn't about being invincible. It's about getting back up when you fall down, about finding the strength to keep going, even when you're facing incredible adversity. And I think Tomcat's story, as raw and unfiltered as it is, offers a really unique perspective on how to do just that.
So I think what we've learned today is that resilience can take many forms. It can be loud and defiant like Tomcats, or it can be quiet and introspective. It can be messy. It can be painful. But it's always a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and overcome.
Absolutely. And ultimately, I think Tomcat's message leaves us with this powerful question. How can we cultivate our own grip and rip it attitude when
Mm.
we're facing our own challenges?
Mm,
What gives us the strength to keep going, even when the world feels like it's falling apart?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's something for all of us to think about long after this deep dive is over.
absolutely. Some really good food for thought. All right, well, that's going to do it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.